coach Cory Hein and freshman Kelley, Jacome, and Makaela Keeve. Coach, opening statement about the win.
The girls played out of their mind. They played great. We had a huge fighting spirit, which we knew we were going to have against LA. They're a passionate team. We've seen them play that way, both in season, regular season, and then yesterday. They handled a pretty good Sonoma team, so we knew we'd have to have a fighting spirit, and the girls came out with their fighting spirit and played really, really well.
Yeah, Coach, I mean, talk about the efficiency tonight. 3-0, and as a group you guys hit 458 with 5 players above 470. I mean, you guys are pretty efficient tonight.
We had 5 hitting errors on the match. You usually win sets with 4 or 5 hitting errors. We sided out at 73% of the match. I mean, the numbers are off the charts. We were really, really efficient. I believe it's the second match. I think Makaela has not made a hitting error yet in the tournament. So we've just, a lot of stuff was working for us, and really we passed excellently. That, for us, we're a smaller team. Both teams tonight were probably built a little smaller than what we usually see. We're a smaller team. You have to pass well. We have to dig accurately for us to get into our offense. And we were lights out, really good at our passing and defense.
Coach, you talk about the hitting errors, the side-out percentages, the attack percentages. One number that we haven't talked about on this box score, which, by the way, I'm sure is suitable for framing.
I know where you're going to go with this, I think.
14 blocks,
yes.
And you guys were a presence at the net the entire night.
These two were massive at it. I think it was a 14-3 advantage in blocks, and we've been on a lot of losing ends of 14-3 blocking nights. Rory Miller's watched us a whole bunch over the years, and being on the low end, we're not a huge blocking team always. Makaela and Kelley have added a lot this year in that regard. Kelley really has solidified our right side blocking, and Makaela just is a beast in there. It was good.
Kelley, let's talk about, first of all, this experience. You're a freshman, first conference tournament, and now one match win away from getting into the NCAA tournament. What's going through your head right now?
Honestly, it's just a great feeling to be here with all of them. I think being out there on the court with all the girls, including the 4 seniors, I think is just such an experience for me. It's a sport that I love, and it's something that I'll always love doing, and being here with all the girls that I love is just an amazing experience, and I continue to win tomorrow.
Kayla, same question to you. I mean, this is, you've played some pretty big matches as a high school player. What do you think about this playing at a big stage at the college level?
It's kind of, there's a different feeling to it. There's a different vibe. With club in high school, it's great, but being older and playing with girls who are older than me, especially even on our own team where we have girls like Liv and Becca and McKenna, all these seniors, they really make that experience even greater for us. It's just, you can really feel us coming together as a team, and I think that that's what makes it better. And we walk into this gym every day, and we're excited, and it's fun, and you can feel the energy just bouncing off the wall. So it's amazing to be here, and I want to come here every single year until I'm done.
Coach, let's just break down the match real quick. First set, you were talking about having kind of a one-dimensional offense yesterday. It was anything but in that first set because you had a lot of arms swinging, getting a lot of kills. Second set, LA couldn't get out of its own way. I think you got 10 points off of errors and unforced errors at that. And then in the third set, when they kind of got close at about 13-10, you basically put the hammer down.
Yeah, well, the efficiency that we talked about earlier was huge, and really our game plan. They have a lot of good players, but really the game plan is I personally think she's not just the freshman of the year in the conference. She's one of the best players in the conference. We had to slow down Santos, and I think she's a volume kill producer. She had 5 kills in the first set, but only hit, I think, 130 in the first set. So that's, to us, it's huge. I mean, usually it's like, wow, one girl had 5 kills in a set. We're going to have to slow her down a little bit more. We were perfectly fine with the 5 kills she got if she hit 130. We couldn't have her hit 300 or 400. And the second set, I don't think she had any. But like you said, they kind of got in their own way with some errors. And then the third set, she picked it up again. But I think that was a key element to the whole match, was making sure we could slow down Santos, not just at the front line, but her serve. She's got one of the best serves in the conference, and I believe in her 8 times back to serve, she only scored 2 or 3 points. So that was, I've seen her against us. I saw her go on like 5, 6, 7 point service runs. So we shut that down, and that was I think that was huge.
Makaela, back to you. Cody alluded to the fact that you've had a very efficient tournament so far with no attack errors. But I get the feeling you get more of an an excitement out of going up for those blocks, solo and combo. Talk about going up there and just stuffing it back in the opponent's face.
It is a great feeling, and I would admit that I do like it a little bit more than swinging on a ball, because it's kind of just shoving it back down my opponent's throat, and it's being right in their face, and being right in someone's face is in just like stopping them from swinging away and getting that kill that they want so much. It's the greatest feeling, and then the more that you get them, the more that you see someone shut down. And that was my goal tonight, is to just get more blocks for my own team, like being able to make the game easier for my back row, and I'm glad that I could do that for us tonight.
Kelley, talk about your role on the team. I mean, at the beginning of the year, you weren't getting a whole lot of playing time, but now you're as
Yeah, that's my fault.
you're as key a part of this team as anybody else. Talk about the fact that you're one of the go-to folks up there.
Well, I actually got recruited as a middle on this team. So then I actually turned to be an outside for about 2 weeks, and now I'm a right side. So I've actually been a little everywhere in the front row, but I definitely think the right side's where I should be. I think it really helps, and Cody's helped me a lot on my blocking, so it's really helped our back row, just like Makaela said. But it's a position that I think is like helping me a lot. I'm thriving in it, and I think that the more I practice and the more I get better at it, the more that we can solidify tomorrow's game.
Okay, one more question for me. I mean, coming off a real tough final weekend of the conference season, the team could certainly, be excused for being a little deflated coming into the conference, kind of backdooring their way in. But wow, the confidence level, to use one of your terms, off the charts. One match win away from getting to the NCAA tournament. Tell me what everybody's feeling right now.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, I'll start. It was tough this past weekend, and you could feel it as a team that we were a little bit defeated, and you could sense it, especially in practice and how we were playing. But I think we wanted to come in this weekend and prove to everyone here, and to prove even to ourselves and our coaching staff, that we're a team that needs to be respected. And those 2 games just weren't us. And I think that this weekend is a way for us to prove that that wasn't Chico State volleyball, and what you guys are seeing now in these 2 games is Chico State volleyball, and we're going to continue to do that over and over and over again to prove ourselves even more.
Kelley, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I just don't think that we're ready to go home yet. I think that we're ready to show East Bay or San Bern tomorrow who we're made of, and I think that we're ready for it.
Wins are hard to come by in the CCAA, especially on the road. We had won 7 out of 8 before going down to Seaside and Hayward. And we were playing good ball. The second half of the year, we've been playing good ball. It's hard to win on the road in our conference, and those 2 teams played great. There's good teams all over the place. One of them is sitting in the other semi right now in East Bay. And, it's just they're hard to come by. That's why I feel so proud about what happened tonight. I think Juan's done a great job with LA, and I was expecting an absolute barn burner of a match, and I think their energy enabled us to kind of squash what I was expecting. So.
Speaking of energy, you guys have one of the rowdiest benches here.
Talk
about the bench a little.
Yeah, honestly, even before I was committed here, I was I know Chico State was known for their really fun bench, and even when I'm on the bench, I am just so excited to be there. Even when I know I'm going to go back in, I'm just excited for my teammates when they get points, and we always have the best cheers. And then when I know when I'm on the court and I'm getting points, I know my bench is there cheering for me, so it's a great feeling.
I asked them to take what they do seriously, but I let them not take ourselves too seriously. That's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a little bit the Chico way. It's what we like to do. We warm up throwing footballs. We're the only team in the country, I think, that does that, throwing footballs to warm up and running pass patterns. And, these girls are fun. They're fun to be around. They're fun to, why squash that fun, really?
I just think the bench is almost one of the greatest places to be besides the court, and I love when we come up with different cheers, and it's great because, the more energy that the bench has, that just floats over onto that court, and I know even when I'm on the court that I see it out of my peripheral vision, and I'm like, that's my team right there, and I know no matter what's going to happen, they're going to be there for me.
Usually when a coach is taking someone off the court, they don't really like you that much. When they're coming off the court, they're just ready to go back to the party in the end of the bench. They're like, yeah, whatever, coach, let me get back there. It's awesome. It's phenomenal.
All right. Thanks.